Piglet. This torque will chop you up. This pork will chop you up. Makes no sense. Let's get into it. Piglet is from 2025. It lasts about an hour and 25 minutes. An hour and 25 minutes too long. And it's cheap. It's a low budget movie. It's got, you know, nationwide release on Amazon. Possibly global release for all I know. But it's, yeah. It's a bunch of students need a movie. And it's terrible. I mean, the sheer audacity to call it Piglet, because there was a Blood and Honey movie based on Winnie the Pooh being a mass murderer. This is kind of riding the coattails of that, and the coattails of that were not very strong to begin with. But they never call Piglet Piglet in the movie. He's referred to as Piggy. Well, the movie starts with a prison transfer happening. Yeah, this movie's clearly made in England, right? Clearly. Everyone except for one character's got an English accent. And this prison transfer van, it's these people and these cats that say security. It's like things you'd buy in a gift shop. Just like joke cats. Yeah. But they are transferring Piggy, who is under a mask at the moment. One of the security team are goading him, taunting him, saying, yeah, I've got a nice lethal injection waiting for you when we get to our destination. In England? I think not. We get a little bit of backstory, a little bit of exposition, yeah. Apparently, Piggy was a young, skinny prisoner when he went into prison, and then a mad scientist inside the prison, Dr. Buckley, performed experiments on this young man and made him an unstoppable killing machine. He killed every prisoner in that prison.
What the hell?
So obviously he breaks free, kills the security team and wanders off. Just goes home. He does go home because the place he goes to is, it's out in the middle of nowhere and it's run by a man named Mr. Hogarth.
I'm Mr. Hogarth.
A terrible actor. Yeah, well, most of the people in this, they're not great. But Mr. Hogarth also uses his huge amount of land as a sort of getaway destination. Yeah, because you see this group of young girls, one of them celebrating her 21st birthday, Kate, and she and her friends have booked this lodge out in the middle of the countryside where they can just have fun, have a few drinks, smoke a little, just chill out and have girly fun for the weekend. Mr. Hogarth has rented the place specifically to young women.
I've got past some girls renting the camp for the weekend. You choose whichever you want, and we'll put the rest in the freezer.
How did you know Piggy was getting free today? I don't know. Anyway, on the way to the camp, our team of 5 girls meet a young man, talk about a dad actor. This guy's so terrible.
Things happen to people who visit that camp. It's not safe. He will want you forever.
Well, anyway, he warns them, don't go to the camp, because it's Friday the 13th. No, it's he is like a young version of a character from any one of those movies who warns you not to go to the camp. But they do go to the camp, or the lodge, in this instance. And then we find out there are 3 other friends who are on their way. Yeah, 2 girls and a guy. And they're running late. They get a little bit lost in the woods. So 2 of them, one of the girls and the guy, decide, let's go off and have sex. Don't tell the other one. She's standing looking at a tree for some reason. So they just leave her, go and have sex so they can get gratuitous nudity. And then they both get killed by Piggy. Yeah. And then the 3rd one eventually gets captured, taken, not killed, taken to Piggy's little cellar, where he instantly kills her. So what was the point in not killing her immediately? I don't know. At the lodge, the girls give us more exposition. They talk about the legend of this guy who's a pig man creature and who had been in love with someone called Catherine, like Kate's real name.
And the woman's name was Catherine. Like Kate's real name? Yeah, like Kate.
I think they could have figured it out. And also, it comes to nothing. It's not like the end of the movie. She's like, hey, it's me, it's Catherine. Look, my name's Kate. I'm Catherine. You're tricking or anything. No, she just kills them. Yeah, well, we'll get there. But, yeah. One by one, the girls are killed. Two of them are in a relationship, and they go into the hot tub and make out, because the director's a pervert. Well, I don't know about that. I do. Well, they're both killed. Yeah, they're not before they see Mr. Hogarth standing and watching them. Yeah. In fact, one of them's killed in the shower a few minutes later by Hogarth. That's right. And the other one, about 10 minutes later, is going, oh, where is she? Where's my girlfriend? She was going for a shower. I'll check the woods. Check the bloody shower, you idiot. Another one ends up with a hook through her face, I think. And eventually comes down to the last two, who are Kate and her sister. And her sister's like, hey, big news. I got a new job. It's in Salt Lake City. It's not that far. You're in bloody rural England, Hampshire or somewhere. So they start to run off. They meet Mr. Hogarth and they say, oh, can you help us? I think something's happened to all our friends. We are scared, we want to leave.
Give me the rifle.
And Hogarth is like, well, I'm also the bad guy. So, Mr. Hogarth and Piggy are about to take the sisters. Yeah, and then that little geek guy comes up and he's like, hey, I told you girls, don't go in here. He's a bad guy. So Piggy just bludgeons him to death. Yeah. And then Kate's sister hurts her leg while they're trying to escape, and eventually taken to Piggy's cellar. Kate goes in to try and free her while Piggy's not looking, and then he's like, the instant he doesn't look, she pops out. Yeah, well, she tries to free her sister, and her sister's like, no, it's cool. You go, live your life, leave me here. Goodbye. So Kate does. Yeah, she runs off, and her sister is killed. She finds a police officer. Who is also friends with Piggy. Yeah, turns out Piggy, Hogarth, and this police officer are all from the same mother, I think. Jesus Christ.
What a woman!
And Hogarth and the policeman want to create an army of piggies. So they want Piggy to breed with Kate and make an invincible, unstoppable army. To what end? I really don't know. But basically, they knock her out. When she wakes up, it's a direct rip-off of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She's in a chair at a dinner table, and they're all like having this little weird feast, eating fingers and things, and they're like, oh, you must eat. So she just bites a foot happily. She's not as reluctant as you would think she would be, but anyway. Apologies, we run into some technical issues, so we're carrying on, but yeah, you probably noticed a difference in quality. So Kate wakes up at this table, and Piggy and Hogarth leave. So it's just Kate and the cop. Kate pretends she fancies the cop. He comes on to her, he's like, oh, I should have a go on you first before Piggy does. And then she, in the most obvious move you've ever seen, the laziest, most obvious part of a movie you can imagine, she stabs him to death. And then Hogarth comes in and she instantly kills him too, with no effort at all. It's the easiest kill I've seen in a movie ever. And then she runs off and she gets in their car, drives off. Well, she gets in her car, doesn't she? Yeah, her car. And she drives off and she drives for miles until it runs out of petrol, and she's still in the woods, so she keeps running and running and running, and by now it's night time again, because that was like early in the morning, I think so. The sun had just come up not long before. Anyway, but yeah, she's miles away, miles and miles and miles and miles away. She's gone by car and by foot, and she's been travelling for hours. And then she comes across a little garage, and there's this guy in it he's a dick.
What are yourself into, girl? Just turn around and get on the floor.
I beg you, please don't do this.
Just get on the floor now.
He's not buying her story anyway, so he says to her, I'm calling the cops. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? I'm not going to help you. And she's like, no, please help me. She should be like, alright, call the cops, that's great. But she doesn't. She's like, no. So then, it doesn't matter because Tiggy appears behind the guy and kills him. I don't know how he got there so fast when she's travelled so far and for so long. I don't know.
That's a terrible movie.
Anyway, it's more chasing through the woods at night time. Piggy chasing her. She's hiding from him. He's trying to kill her. And she gets to hiding and just smashes his head in. Yeah, she does. And she keeps hitting him until he's unconscious. And then she pulls his head off. How strong is she? I don't know if she cuts it off or pulls off, but either way, at the end of the movie she's left holding his head. She chucks off into the forest and then just leaves, and that's the end of the movie. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. I can't believe it's on Amazon Prime, although so is The Scrotum, which you watched, and Ginger Dead Nan versus Evil Dong, which you watched, but we're not even going to bother to cover because it was so it's just naked tits. It's just naked ladies and drugs. Nothing to talk about. In fact, that's it. I've spoken about the whole movie. Right, we'll concentrate on Piglet, and I'd rather not. Well, have you seen Piglet? Do you think it's a good movie? You're wrong. Do you have any opinions? Let us know, leave a comment, and hit like, hit subscribe to watch another video. Not Piglet.